In this video, we are going to explain you about the procedure of cancelling the GST registration. Who all can cancel the registration, its consequences and how to revoke the cancellation. GST registration can be cancelled by a proper officer or by a registered person or his legal heirs in case of death. Cancellation is done by a registered person when the business has been discontinued, transferred, amalgamated, or where there is any change in the constitution, or if the person is no longer liable to register under GST laws. Cancellation can also be done by a proper officer where a registered person violates the act or a person under the composition scheme does not furnish returns for 3 consecutive tax periods, or your registration has been obtained through illegal means like fraud, etc. How to cancel the GST registration? If the proper officer wants to cancel a registration, he will issue a notice in the GST registration form 16 and the reply of that will be given in form 17 of GST registration. If the application is accepted, an order in form 18 will be passed and the proper officer will cancel the registration and inform about payment of arrears that may be payable, and if the application is not satisfactory, then all the proceedings will be dropped and an order in form 19 will be passed. To cancel the registration, we have to file an application which contains the following details: liability as on that date, details of payment if any, relevant documents in support, input and capital goods held in stock, but there is an exception in case of voluntary registration. No application will be considered in case of a taxable person within 1 year from registration. There are some consequences of cancelling GST registration, like it does not affect the liability of the person to pay penalty, interest, etc., whether determined before or after cancellation, and cancellation under any GST laws means cancellation under all GST laws. There is some amount which needs to be paid on cancellation either by way of debit in the ledger or output tax payable on such goods, whichever is higher. Registration granted to a person can be cancelled if the person does not conduct any business from the declared place of business or issues invoice or bill without supply of goods or services in violation of the provisions of this Act. To revoke your cancellation of registration, you can submit an application in GST registration form 20, and if the proper officer has any queries, an order will be passed in form 22 and you must reply. If your application is accepted, an order will be passed in form 21, and if it is rejected, then the order will be passed in form 5. But no such application can be filed if cancellation is due to the failure to file the returns. To know more on GST, please refer to other videos by LegalRaasta. You can also log on to our website www.legalraasta.com. In fact, you can get GST registration and GST filing services from LegalRaasta. CAs or accountants can use LegalRaasta software for filing GST return. Call us at 875 000 8585 for more details.